Greenhouse isn't working out. I got a couple options. One, I can cry about it. Two, I can just give up. Or three, and you know the third one's what I'm gonna do, is suck it up, Buttercup, and we're gonna fix this once and for all. So in this video, this is gonna take me a couple days to film it, but we are going to figure out what is eating the seedlings, and we're gonna get rid of them. I have a sneaking suspicion, but I don't know just yet. All right, so I know I mentioned this in the last video, but we had a double row of bok choy planted right here. It's looking really good. Had started the seeds and transplanted them in, and within a couple days they were gone. So there's something coming in and eating them, and I had a sneaking suspicion, probably, if I had to guess, roly-polies. So we've got to find out. So my plan of attack here is, first of all, I'm not going to take this lying down. I'm going to grow my food and I'm going to figure it out, because what we do during the course of this video will ultimately make me a better and a stronger and a more efficient gardener. And instead of just giving up and walking away, failure is not an option. Just plain and simple. So the plan here is we are going to replant this today before we get rid of this pest. But we are going to direct sow in here, and that's a very big difference. We're direct sowing bok choy, kohlrabi, maybe some cilantro, and I forgot my radish seeds. I have to go get those, and some peas. And the reason why we're doing that is because if we put it in here, then we are going to have 7 to 10 days to take care of this pest problem. 7 to 10 days. So what that means is I have that time. The seed won't germinate for that long, so any pest on there can do what it wants. I can kind of get in here and do anything. As long as I don't dig up the seeds or anything, it shouldn't be a problem. I do have a plan of attack for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set 2 different traps, and I'm going to have a treatment on standby, and we'll get into that. But first, I need to get these seeds in the ground. So what I'm planning on doing for this one is we're going to do a double row of bok choy right here, and then we're going to do probably a double row of radishes right here. And then, or no, we're going to do 1 row of radishes in the front, and it's going to be a double row. And then in the back row, we're going to do the kohlrabi, just to kind of split it up a little bit. And then we will do the cilantro probably over here maybe. And that should get us going. Obviously the peas are going to go on that trellis, clearly, right? Seen me plant seeds before. Let me get these in the ground, and then we'll come back with the rest of our plan and we'll start to put it in action. All right, let's get our retractable hose here. So this thing, again, love it. What I'm doing right now is just adding some water to the compost because we're having a little bit of a drought, and just trying to get it going, you know what I mean? And water is a big, important part of it. But not only is the water important for the seeds, but it's also important for this process of getting the pest. So we're gonna wet this down really good, and we're gonna keep it moist because this invites them in, keeps everything moist, gets them moving, so we can get consistent germination as well. And then we're gonna lay our traps. Nice and watered. Trap number 1. Simple, yet effective. So the idea is we create a shady space, and during the day, when these pests would come out or go in and burrow or whatever to protect themselves from the sun, they will actually be up on the surface. And we're gonna wet this too. As this gets wet and it stays wet down here, they will begin to feed on it. And so then we can just come and lift this up and take care of the pests. So we're gonna put one there, and then we've got another one here from a failed project, and then we're gonna set it there. And then we're also going to put an orange down. So this is really simple. All we're gonna do is cut it and leave it face down. Boom. Now let's here and here. These are the two types of traps that I use for this, and the way this works, same thing. As they feed on it, we'll pick it up and then we'll be able to take care of the pests that are on there. If I could be a fruit farmer, I would never grow another vegetable again. Hashtag just saying. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to get our treatment ready. So this is just a bottle of water, Dawn dish soap, put a glug in, put a fair amount in now, don't be scared. And then we're going to keep this in the greenhouse accessible. And so what this will do is if we see pests, we can spray, you know. Oh, let's see here. It's on stream, that's not good. There you go. Just spray like that, and then it'll get on them, and it will basically just desiccate them completely, and we can take care of them multiple different ways. So we would be, obviously we're gonna crush them if we see them. We can spray them with this, and then next step is we can make a trap and drown them. But since I have this made, we had some aphids on this one rutabaga, so we're just going to use this on that, and then that should take care of them. And I got to do the undersides of the leaves. So in just a second, what you'll end up seeing is we're going to come out here at night and see what's going on inside of that greenhouse. So, but next time camera turns on, that's what you're going to see. All right, let's see if there's anything going after our traps. Obviously it's night, I'm trying to handle the light, but let's look. It may take a day or so, but let's just double check. All right, there they are, roly-polies. So what we can do, handle that and that. Look at all of them right there. All right, let's look under our board here. Look at them all. Yeah. That's how we're going to handle them. The plan at this moment would be to come out here probably every night until these seeds germinate and take care of these. So tomorrow what we'll do is I'll come back out in the morning and I'm going to flip these boards over, and we should see more under there because they'll be hiding from the sunlight. So we'll see. Let's just see what it shows us in the morning. All right, it's the next morning, so let's see what's going on. Now, I did add something else in here last night. I kind of had a thought, and I was like, you know what? I need to step it up and just make sure I'm covering all my bases. So I did a beer trap in, and I didn't do it right. So what you're supposed to do with these is you just bury it. Let's see if I can get you down there. Bury it up to the rim here, and then they can crawl in. So clearly nothing got into it. I don't like using these normally. Outside in the garden, I don't like using them because I've used them when I had snails real bad, and it definitely worked. But the problem was I had bees in there and just all kinds of other stuff in there, you know, some collateral damage. So I try not to use it very often. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this beer trap from where it sits now, and I'm actually going to bury it like it's supposed to be over here, and that way it'll draw things away. So we'll see. But you saw how many roly-polies there were last night, so let's look and see how many there are today. All right. Well, there's one. That is a lot better than last night, though. Wow. That's crazy. I would have expected more than that. Let's get some of these juices back in this orange, come up to the surface. There you go. All right. So that's that. Now, so what we'll do just to make sure, put our little mixture on, stop them in their tracks. And this is also good too, this soap and water, if you have hydrophobic soil like I have in here. Generally you won't outside, but in here some of it may have been hydrophobic. It'll help it actually soak in some more water. So it kind of does double duty here. Let me try and shimmy around, check the rest of the traps. Okay, so we've got just a few here. 1, 2, and I know it may seem kind of trivial right now, like, oh, whatever, dude, you got 2. But what you don't understand is 2 makes 4, 4 makes 8, 8 makes 16, and it can compound very quickly. So I think what I'm going to do with the boards is I'm actually going to set them down even lower. I'm going to kind of put some pressure on them, but it seems to be working. We're one night in, so that doesn't really mean anything, but the way it works, and especially last night, was very, in my opinion, was very successful, because we were able to essentially eliminate a lot of the breeding population. It seems kind of trivial, but you got to think, we probably killed last night 100 roly-polies. So within that 100, you can see those are breeding population, and that takes it down. So hopefully it'll work. And the trick is, be consistent, stay on top of it. So I'll come out here tonight, I'll do the same thing. I'll come out here tomorrow during the day, and then the next night, and then I probably won't come out for a night or 2, but we're gonna start getting close to when it's gonna be germination time. So I wanna make sure that my boards are up by then and all that stuff, but lack of, you know, not disturbing everything in here and just letting it kind of do its thing should help. The roly-polies come from decaying matter. Excessive decaying matter is very common, but when you use a lot of compost and stuff like that, this is just something to look out for. Typically, it's not that much of a big deal, but every once in a while it does creep up, and you know, usually what happens is it's a combination of roly-polies, snails, slugs, and all that, but in this particular case it wasn't. And it's always different. Each day is different, each garden's different, and each pest probably going to be different from day to day. You just got to track it down. So, well, I'll give you an update video at some point. I'll probably end up doing another small things video or something like that, or maybe in a garden tour or something, but we'll give an update on this. I'm not going to keep this video going for the next 7 days because it's just, you know, be a really long time. But let me know what you've done. What drastic measures have you taken to eliminate a pest in your garden? Let us know in the comments below. Goodbye.